haven't seen me in a while. I know. I've just been busy with life, you know how it is. But today I wanted to do a video all about dating shows because if you don't know me, I love dating shows. I love reality TV shows. I know. I'm that person. So the three dating shows I'm gonna do today are The Bachelor, which I haven't seen, but my mom has. Love Is Blind, which I have seen. Haven't seen the new one, the new season, but you know. And Love Island, USA. I haven't seen the UK version, and I've only seen one season of two seasons of Love Is Blind, Love Island, because the first season I liked it, but the second season I was like, meh. So I just stopped watching there. Same with my mom. We were both watching it together. So, and I just wanted to make this video talking about the things that like dating shows don't really tell you, and the success rate of them, because they're not that successful. Shocker. But yeah. So the first one is The Bachelorette.
I'm nervous. Hannah, this package isn't complete without you. How you do?
Which if you guys don't know, I'm gonna do The Bachelorette and The Bachelor. If you guys don't know, The Bachelor and The Bachelorette are basically the same show but gender swapped. Like The Bachelor, basically one guy and a bunch of women, and usually what happens is The Bachelor will go on, the guy will pick a girl, and then it'll be like a fan favorite, like one of the girls will be a fan favorite, or just a girl what people like, or I don't know, just someone. Sometimes it's been random. They'll pick a girl from that season that doesn't win, and you'll be like, why? But anyway, the girl that doesn't win goes on The Bachelorette, and then it's basically the same thing, but one girl and a bunch of guys, and then they'll pick a guy from that season that doesn't win to become the next Bachelor. So that's basically what it is. They go on a bunch of dates, stuff like that. But I was doing some research and I looked at it, and it started in 2002, which that's quite a while. I mean, I know it's been going on for a long time, but yeah, it's been going on for 21 years for The Bachelor and The Bachelorette. It's been going on for 21 years. 20 years for The Bachelor, and then there's like 28 seasons of The Bachelor or Bachelorette, and there's 20 seasons Bachelorette. Yeah, crazy. Or I think those are mixed up. I think there's 28 seasons for The Bachelor and 28 seasons for The Bachelor and 20 seasons for The Bachelorette. It's crazy. So I'm going for so long. Then I did some research on what couples are together because I was just curious, you know. I did think many, but you know, I was kind of surprised. Like I wasn't, but I was also kind of surprised on the couples that work together. So for The Bachelorette, there's only been 3 couples all together. There's only been 3 couples for The Bachelor and 2 couples for The Bachelorette, so that's like 6, or 7 for The Bachelorette. Yeah. Okay, so the couples for The Bachelor, so like the guys who've been on The Bachelor, who met a girl and stuff like that. There's been the first ever couple that stayed together after, like, stayed together and like one guy picked the girl and then the girl said yes and then they stayed together, got married, and forever, you know. The guy was named Gary Turner, and the female, her name was Teresa Ness, I think her name is, but you know, now she's like Teresa Turner. I'll post a picture of like what they look like right here. But they met on The Golden Bachelor. It aired I guess this wasn't the first one, but this is the first one that came up in my research. The episode from like the whole season, I think, aired on July 17th, 2023. So, yeah, actually, it wasn't the first one, but it's the first one. When I was doing my research, it was the first one that showed up. I'll put down my research down in the comments, or not comments, the description. Of all the sites I used, I found different lists and stuff like that. So yeah. Another one is Sean and Katharina Lois. Sean was on Bachelor season 17. And I forgot to put when that aired in my script. So this is when it aired, because I totally forgot to do that. Anyway, can you tell I haven't been back for that long? So the next couple that I did some research on was Zach Crossley and Katie Bigger. This is also The Bachelor, and they were on the 27th season, which aired January 23, 2023. Or 2000 and so basically last year. 23, yeah. And then the couples, so 3 for The Bachelor that I did some research on, and then for The Bachelorette it was only 2. Desiree Hacksock and Chris. I don't know how to say his name, last name, but anyway, Chris was on season 9 of The Bachelorette that aired May 27th. Okay, May 27th, 2013. Yeah. So I didn't watch it, so I don't have much to say about them. I'm sorry, I don't have much to say, but and then the next couple that I did my research on aired was, they call her JoJo, but I don't want to call her that because I don't. When I think of JoJo, I think of JoJo Siwa. So, but Joelle Fisher and Jordan Rogers, which I was like, Rogers, that kind of sounds familiar. I'll tell you in a little bit, but they were on the 20th season of The Bachelorette, which aired on June 26, 2023, which was last year. And one thing that was doing my research, because like, Rogers, that kind of sounds familiar. Doing some research, and he's actually the brother of Aaron Rodgers. I'm not too sure if he's the big brother's younger brother, but Aaron Rodgers is on the Packers, the Green Bay Packers for football team. I only know that because I have a family member who likes the Green Bay Packers, so. But yeah, so in all the seasons that The Bachelor and The Bachelorette have done, haven't been that great. It's only been 5 couples. Yeah, 5 couples, sorry. So in 28 and 20 seasons, there's been 5 couples that are still together. That gives The Bachelorette, The Bachelor and The Bachelorette, like a 10%. And this is me putting them together. If I was separating them, it'd probably be like a 1%. So, yeah, not good odds. And when people go on The Bachelor and The Bachelor and The Bachelorette, they pretty much are only going on to get famous. They get more Instagram followers, they get brand deals, they get stuff like that, It's kind of become like a show where you just go on to do that kind of stuff, get famous, get other things. Yeah. So that's not great odds. Anyway, a show that I've actually seen is Love is Blind. Love is Blind isn't great either. And this new season, I haven't seen it yet, but I've heard about it and I've seen some clips, and it's not great. So if you've never seen Love is Blind, how it works is there are 15 women and 50 men that go on the show. The men have their own little like room thing. They have like a room and a hallway, and then like a bunch of pods. Yeah, and the same thing for the other side, for the girl side. And every day they go into these things called the pods.
Anything is possible. We come together. We can light it brighter. Even from I'll get bloody noses out of nowhere. I've got one when I was making out with a girl once, and I got blood on her face.
Oh, what the hell? No.
I like wearing leopard print.
You like wearing?
Where it's just like a tiny room, and there's a wall that they talk to. I'll show some clips in here and stuff like that about it, you know, and yeah, and you'll kind of see it. Anyway, after all of the contestants like go through all these dates, they find someone that they like, and then they talk to them a bunch, and then at any point they will basically ask the other person to marry them, usually the guy. They'll ask the girl to marry them, and then after they say like, oh, will you marry me? The girl's like, yes, and then they'll go to a different area where they'll do the reveal. Because the whole thing about Love is Blind is you're talking to a bunch of people and trying to find a connection and then get engaged before you're ever actually seeing the person. So then they'll go to the reveal, and then they'll like see the person. Sometimes the reveals have been really funny. Like last season, one girl literally asked the guy, she's like, oh my god, you're like an animated character, like, and he's like, yeah, I know. She's like, you look like an animated character. He's like, yeah, I know. And then like the same girl is like, oh, you just don't blink. The guy's like, or like, can you like blink? Yeah, it was so weird. Anyway, they'll do the reveal, and then the reveal. Anyway, sorry. They'll do the reveal, and then after the reveal, they're going to like this honeymoon thing, and that'll last about 10 days. I found out my research, which is not long. And then after the 10 days, they'll go to basically their houses, their apartments, and they'll try to, this point in the experiment, whatever you want to call it, it's not an experiment, honestly, the dating show, they will get to meet each other's parents, so families, friends, and just live life together for like 2 weeks, and they'll plan their wedding too. They'll be planning their wedding while this all happens, and then they'll go to the altar. Most say no, or some of them say yes and then no, but some of them have said yes and stayed together. The ones that have, well, yeah. Okay, so first, before I tell you who has and who hasn't, Love is Blind started in during the pandemic on February 13th, 2023, or 2020, not 2023. It has 6 seasons, 6 seasons. I haven't seen the 6th season. Most couples, there's been like 8 couples in 5 seasons. I didn't put what couples have said yes or no in the 6th season because we don't know yet. Netflix hasn't released the like wedding videos yet. Yeah, so we don't know. But from what the clips I've seen, I don't think anyone's gonna say yes in this season. So, and actually no. It might be the first time that's ever happened. I don't know. I don't remember. So, anyway, the first season they had our first ever couple that said yes. Well, we've had 2 in the first season, but the first couple in season 1 that said yes at the altar, and you know, they met the altar and was perfect. Literally, they were perfect. They literally got engaged on the first episode. Yeah. I don't know how long they were talking during the first episode, like from the first, when they go and start the experiment, like they get into these rooms and then they go to the pods. I don't know how long that was for them, but probably was a couple days. Probably was like 2 or 3. And then the guy asked the girl to marry him. So this couple is Lauren Speed and Cameron Hamilton. I know, cool name, Hamilton. Anyway, they've been together since season 1, and they got married and engaged in the first season, and they're actually married for a year when the show started coming out. So they've been married for quite a while now. But yeah, they were just perfect in their season. Nothing really happened. Yeah, I guess the only drama that they had in their first season, the first season that they were on, was so Lauren is a black woman and Cameron is a white man. So they had some issues with that with Lauren's family. Well, mostly her father. He was concerned about Lauren being a full white man, but you know, I've looked them on the internet. They're perfectly fine, guys. Don't worry. The next couple, which I was actually surprised that they said yes when I first watched it, was Amber Pike and Matt Barnett, which everyone calls him Barnett. Barnett. Anyway, yeah. Anyway, they met for season 1. The reason why I say I wasn't sure about them was because Burnett was talking to 2 women, Amber and a girl named Jessica. Jessica ended up asking someone else to marry her. I forgot what his name was. Yeah, but I'll show a picture of him. But yeah, she asked someone else to marry her. And throughout the whole season, he was kind of like, well, I like her, but like, Jessica's also hitting on me, and I kind of like her, and yeah, it was a whole thing. But anyway, and I was doing some research, and I guess Amber said that they're, even though they're together, they're not together because of the show. They're together in spite of the show. That's what she said. She said, we are not together because of the show. We're together in spite of the show. Yeah, which I get it. Love is Blind isn't that great of a show, and they put their contestants through a lot. So yeah. The next couple that said yes, they said yes in season 3, and it was Alex and Brandon, which they were both really messy. They fought all the time, and they were just toxic to each other. So yeah, wasn't great. But I was doing some research, and they are actually pregnant right now. Well, Alex is pregnant, not. Yeah, which is amazing. Great for them, so happy for them. But yeah, they were also surprising one because they fought a lot, and there was some stuff going on, and Anyway, another one was also in season 3 was Colleen and Matt, which they were also another people that fought all the time too. Their fighting was different because Alex and Brandon's fights were just that Alex is just a mean girl, you know, and I mean, yeah, she would say things to him that was toxic, and just, no offense, but it was kind of her being toxic to him, and he was kind of standing up for his woman. Like, she would say something to another contestant, she'd like be really mean to someone else, and Brandon would like go behind her like a puppy dog, and but anyway, Colleen and Matt, they're kind of the same, kind of not. Colleen was also really mean to Matt too in their season, which I didn't understand why. But also part of it was there's another couple. There was another guy that Colleen was talking to, and in the pods, well, after they got out of the pods, actually, the guy saw Colleen, and he was like, yeah, I would totally go for you if I saw you in a bar. And she's like, yeah, same here. And Matt kind of exploded about that. They eventually talked about it, and they, got over it, pretty much, but they're still together. They said yes at the altar. they had a situation where they moved in together and then moved out. They broke up, moved out, and then they got back together. And now they recently, or they got back together and they were living separately. And now they've just bought a house together. So, good job. Craziness. The next couple that said yes was actually the 4th season, and it was Tiffany and Brett, which they were pretty perfect in their season. They were perfect. They were great. They didn't fight at all. The only thing that really happened between them was Tiffany fell asleep on one of their dates in the pods. That kind of brought a little bit of tension, but then it was fixed and it was fine. And then Brett's pants were, I don't know, something about his pants, they weren't like right or something. So yeah, that was their drama. So yeah. Anyway, it's pretty funny. The whole sleeping thing for Tiffany though, it got brought up in our discussion, and that I believe Alex actually did a lawsuit about it. I'm not sure where that lawsuit is. I think it was Alex. It could have been another person, honestly. But they did a lawsuit about how I guess their sleeping conditions aren't great, and yeah, I can do another video though about that if you want to do more research about it. I heard about it and I didn't really do much research into it, so yeah. And I didn't even really read the lawsuit too, so I don't know what's all in it. I just know that I guess they didn't have much sleeping conditions, and you can kind of see this on the show when the contestants are sleeping on like couches or in the little like this room that they have where they'll like eat and they'll hang out at, you know. So yeah, which we all wondered why, but you know, I guess that must be like the best place to stay. I don't know. Sounds awful. I mean, it is awful, but yeah. Anyway, the next couple was also in season 4 was Chelsea and Kwame. I think I said that right. I can't say his last name because it's hard and I don't want to mess it up. But this was also their interracial couple, and they have some problems where people didn't think they were a good match. There would be times where Chelsea would be like, tell me I'm hot, tell me I'm beautiful, and Kwame would be like, yeah, you're so great. you know? So, yeah, but Kwame has commented on social media saying that they were really good, that they didn't have much fights, and they just got really bad at it. So, you know, and I mean, reality shows do it all the time. There'll be a couple that'll be perfect, you know, and then reality shows, they can edit it to make them look terrible together, you know? And that's just what happened in their season. But they both said yes, and they're still together to this day. So that's great. I actually really like them together. I thought they were really cute. I did understand what people were talking about, how I feel bad for Chelsea because it looked like they weren't a good pair. But when Kwame said that, I was like, okay, hopefully they are. But a couple that I love from Love is Blind, I know, crazy to say that, but is Zach and Bliss, which, you know how I was telling you about how there was a girl who said that the guy looks like an anime character? That was Zach. Well, a different girl.
I'm completely shocked. I had no idea what Zach looked like, and it's gonna take me some time to get used to. I thought he'd feel a little more normal.
She said I looked like a cartoon character. 9 days.
You said that to Zach, but I'll explain. It's crazy. So, Zach and Bliss is kind of a special couple, and I wasn't sure if I was going to put them on here. It's complicated, but I decided I will, and I'll tell you why it's complicated. But Zach actually asked someone else to marry him. He asked a girl named Irene in the pods to marry him. She said yes, and I didn't really understand it. Zach seemed really into Irene, but Irene didn't really seem interested in him. The only reason why I think she said yes was because she was scared of Bliss having Zach. which, I mean, they're together now, so yeah. Anyway, but so he asked her to marry her. She said yes. They go to the like room where they can see each other and stuff like that. Like the walls open up, and I'll show a video of it, a little clip of it, and you can tell on Irene's face when she sees Zach that Zach is not her type. And they like walk over, and Zach is like looking at her, and then they sit down, and she's like, "Oh, you look like an animated character." And then Zach's like, "Yeah, I know." And then during this thing, she's like, "You really don't blink. You don't blink." And he's like, I do blink. And the whole time, also another thing, and when I was watching it, I was like, wow, his posture is really good. Like, he's like really good posture too. So yeah, but anyway, they didn't like each other. It was awful. They go to the honeymoon, and they don't even last 2 days. Like, they last for 2 days. The first day, it's awkward. They don't really kiss. They're not really doing anything. And yeah. And then the second day, they go see everyone because, you know, they want to meet up and stuff like that. And so Irene, you can tell Irene actually likes her best friend's partner that she got with. I can't remember his name, but yeah. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But anyway, so she likes him, and it's awkward. And then there's this whole scene where it's late at night and they're having dinner, and Zach's like asking about baby names to Irene, and he gives some names that are from a video game. I think I can't remember the video game. Anyway, but I'll put a picture of it. My partner played it a little bit. Anyway, and I'll put the video too. I'll put clips of them here and show you how awkward it is. But yeah, I might have to mute the clips or do something with the clips. I don't know. I will try to put clips in here. I should think about it. They might take down my video, but I'll try to put clips in here. So we'll see how it goes. If not, I will. I might put clips, but then I might mute it and have like text talking about like what they're saying. So anyway, they leave the honeymoon and they decide not to. After 2 days, they decide to break it off and not to be together. And when they broke it off, it was they were laying in bed, and she was like, "Yeah, I'm just not feeling you," and he was like, "Yeah, I haven't been feeling you either." And she's like, "You know, I actually like this guy, my best friend's partner," and he's like, "Oh my god." And he makes a joke. He's like, "Man, Irene's breaking up all of the marriages and all the people." So yeah. So anyway, they get back, and Zach decides to meet up with Bliss, a girl that he really liked in the pods. Zach had his birthday in the pods, and Bliss was actually, out of Bliss and Irene, Bliss was actually the only one that gave him stuff and like made cupcakes for him and stuff like that. Irene didn't do anything for his birthday. She was like, "Yeah, sorry, I forgot about your birthday. Sorry." And he was like, "Yeah, no, it's cool." So, but anyway, they meet up, and Bliss is on the defensive, of course, because she's like, I feel like the second choice, and I don't want to feel like the second choice. But they have a couple of dates, and Zach asks her to marry him, and she says yes. And then, you know, they go to the wedding. At the wedding, they say yes. Both of them say I do. They're still happily together, and I found out recently that they're actually pregnant. Bliss is pregnant with the first baby, which makes the second Love is Blind baby. I swear, Vanessa is probably rolling in her grave right now. Well, she's not dead, guys, but she's probably rolling in her bed, like super excited. The next couple that's actually still together, which people were kind of unsure about it. I wasn't too unsure about it because, like, I could tell that they liked each other because of something the guy said to her. Is Lydia and Milton. So the reason why people were unsure about them was because it was on season 5. This one was on season 5, Lydia's ex was actually on the show. Forgot his name as well, but Lydia's ex was on the show, and he was kind of starting some drama. Well, her and Lydia was also kind of starting some drama. Lydia was talking to a girl that was talking to her ex, and she's like giving some information about him and stuff like that, and she was taking it to him and was like, what is about this, you know? And one thing that came out was before the show, Lydia and her ex hooked up. Shortly before the show. Yeah. So, and she was like, well, actually, I don't think she talked about it to the ex, but she just told him about it later. Anyway, Lydia and Milton, Lydia says, like, will you marry me? Or Milton says, will you marry me? She says yes. Honeymoon is great, and then they go to, they have this party, and they see the other, contestants, and even people who didn't, get engaged and stuff like that come to there, which Lydia's ex comes, and Lydia's ex starts trying to start some drama. He says that Lydia knew that he was going to be on the show, and she applied for the show because he was going to be on the show to like try to get back together with her ex. Yeah, it's weird. And Lydia says that's not true, and that she just happened to go on the show, and he just happened to go on the show too. You know, which I don't know. I guess it could happen, but I'm also like. Here's the thing. I think that maybe they did both apply to be on the show, but I think that the producers found out somehow that they were exes and put them on the show because of it, you know? Because Netflix, The Fall is Blind, they're always trying to find something to put into the seasons, you know? The first season, that didn't really happen. That's gonna happen with that. The second season, I don't know, but yeah. All the shows, every season they try to put something in it. Anyway, but yeah. So this season, that's what I think will happen. Milton, though, he hears her ex out, and he tells Lydia, he was like, I don't care what your ex says. The relationship between you and me is special, and you know, no one understands it like the way, you know, like we have a special connection, and that's all that matters to me, you know? Like, I don't care what other people say about you, you know? I know you, and I have a special connection to you, and I want to marry you. Yeah. Anyway, so they got engaged, and they're still together. They're pretty happy. I've seen them on Instagram posting, and yeah. So, anyways, so With Love is Blind. So like I said, season 6 is out, but they haven't shown who's gonna get married and who is not gonna get married on season 6. So, well, they haven't showed the wedding. So far, only 3 couples, I think, said like got engaged and like are together and stuff like that. Which, from the first I've seen, they're not great. So, anyway, but with all the seasons of Love is Blind and how many said yes and how many still together, that's a 5%, which isn't great, but compared to how long The Bachelor's been running, I think it's better, honestly, with how many that have been together, because with how many seasons there is for The Love is Blind, there's 8 people that has said yes and are still together and got engaged, still married. Yeah, seem really happy, you know. Anyway, next show is Love Island, which Love Island, it is a dating show, but it's not like a marriage show, really. Yeah. Like, Love is Blind and The Bachelorette and Bachelor are more of like engagement and getting married shows. But anyway, how Love Island works is, at first there's 5 girls, 5 boys. They go to this villa. They all get partnered up. I think there's like one extra that is there, so I think there's 6 boys or 6 girls. Anyway, there's one extra person that doesn't have a couple. They go through some challenges, and then every week they have an uncoupling, and then 2 people go home, and then they bring on 2 more. Yada yada yada. Anyway. So, Love is Blind. Oh yeah, at the end. Once there's like 2 couples, only 2 set couples. They have a competition. One of them wins, and then they have another competition with just 2 people, and then 4 people. I think at the end they have each person go through a competition. One person wins a bunch of money, and they can share it with their couple, like the other person, or they can leave the show and have all the money. So yeah. Anyway. So for the U.S., it's been going on since July 9th, 2019. There's 5 seasons so far. It's been going on for 4 years. And there's only 3 couples that's been together. Yeah. The first couple is in season 3, which I haven't seen, is Will and Kira. So, yeah. And the second couple is
Josh and Sharon, also from season 3, and a couple from season 4, Isaac and Sydney. And that's it. Yeah. So out of all the shows, Love is Blind has the least, or not Love Island has the least amount of people. For how long it's been going on, it has a 1% record, which is pretty low. And I think Love is Blind is more, or not Love Blind, Love Island is more of a show where people go on there to hook up and stuff like that and get drunk and be in this very beautiful villa and hang out, and yeah, that's it. Oh, and get famous too. So, all these shows afterwards, most of the people that are on it, they get a bunch of Instagram followers, they get a bunch of fame, all that kind of stuff. Sponsors, brand deals. Yeah. Anyway, so that's my video on the shows. Another thing I wanted to talk about. It's not Love is Blind, but it's made by the same people. There's a show called The Ultimate, and on the show, one of the showrunners actually lied about a contestant's age. They said she was 27 when she was actually 30. Yeah. So that's another thing I wanted to say. But The Ultimate is a whole different show, and it's crazy, and it's but it's made by the same people and produced by the same people who do Love is Blind and hosted by the same people. So yeah. Anyway, I hope you guys have a great day. If you liked my video, it's entertaining. I was very shocked about all the outcomes and stuff like that. So yeah, hope you guys have a great day. Bye guys.